Hey everybody, it's Victor. It's time for another Eden Run here, the Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance series. Happy Friday, Mosh Pit. Thank you all very much for all the support this past week. We did have another video go over 3,000 likes, even though we don't have a like streak goal yet, which I will be revealing on Sunday. So stay tuned for that one. I promise you it's going to be one that you all are going to enjoy. Here's your meme of the day, brought to you by Turkey Man, who I believe is a first-time meme submitter. I have to admit that I have not seen a meme that made me laugh this hard in a while. I don't know why. Maybe it was just the mindset that I was in at the time. But man, the title of the thread was "Welcome to Isaac Park," and then Dr. Grant looking over and Sam Neill looking at the two most majestic brontosauruses ever, Brachiosaurus, whatever. All because I mentioned one time that the map looked like a dinosaur with a broken neck. I loved it. Thank you very much, Turkey Man. C-Day's gonna be 1 Mike 2 Golf, Alpha Echo Quebec 4. We've got god awful tears rate, not good or not god awful, but it's bad. Really bad damage as well. We do have sulfur and also have evil charm, which is evil bad. I mean, it's not evil bad necessarily. I guess it's just we don't have anything that goes with it, so I feel like it's not gonna help us out for a while. But that being said, really quickly, before we get started, the next couple of videos are definitely going to be shorter than usual. I'm pre-apologizing about that. I have a couple of things coming up that I'm going to have to do that is going to take me away from recording for the next couple of days. So I basically got to just knock out, like, the next 3 or 4 runs are going to be a little bit. We're not going to go into anything too crazy in terms of extra innings or anything like that. So I just wanted to let everyone know that. Also, I probably won't do any greed runs for this weekend anyway. Ooh, yeah, I'll take lighter. So the next couple of videos won't be, we won't be going to like victory laps or anything. Oh man, if we can get sulfur with a car battery early on, that is going to be money, y'all. I thought it is everything in me that I thought that I had already extinguished that fire. Apparently not. Okay. Yeah, we need a tears upgrade bad. Even with double sulfur, I mean, it's going to charge brimstone very slowly, but the mega brimstone at the start is going to be very nice. It's just a matter of us not dying before we get to the first boss in order for that to happen. Obviously, being able to use sulfur twice is going to give us a damage upgrade as well, on top of us getting the mega brim. I do like the car battery is strapped to Isaac. I've never actually noticed that before. There's a lot of things that you don't notice about this game unless you look really close. And again, to reemphasize, thank you all very much for the support on the Balatro videos. I really do appreciate it. They've been doing better and better numbers as time goes on. And again, I don't really focus on the numbers too much, but they are a very good metric to help understand, like, you know, what people are liking, what people are not liking. And lots of people are coming to the channel to check out the Balatro content. I wish that my only regret is that, like, I wish I could give you better runs. You know, but for those of you who haven't watched any of the Balatro stuff yet, I recently have changed my mindset in the game, and you know, after doing the NLSS tournament, it was very apparent that I'm not good at the game, and I don't like not being good at something. So, you know, I'm going to a learning mode in Balatro. It's been fun. It's on one hand, it is regrettable that I'm not able to, like, show, like, oh, look at this crazy build or anything like that in Balatro, but a lot of that comes from unlocking stuff as well. And I brought up later on, or I mean, I guess technically this was yesterday for you all. In that video, I was talking about how, like, I need to change my mindset when it comes to that game, because, like, it reminds me of the time when Rock Band and when Guitar Hero and stuff was still, like, still dominating the entire market, and they came out with those plastic little drum sets. Everyone knows I'm a drummer. If you didn't, I'm a drummer. Or at least I used to play drums. I don't really play anymore. And what I had to do for Rock Band and for Guitar Heroes, I had to unlearn how to play the drums, the actual drums, in order for me to win at that game. Like I was horrible. Like I couldn't even beat it on like medium. Because I'm so used to being a drummer that like, and that game is not about being a drummer. It's about playing the game as it is. So that's kind of the example that I brought up with Balatro, and I think it's an apt comparison for sure, because that is true. Like I come from a poker background, like a poker player background, and that game ain't poker. I mean, it does have a poker like skin on it, but like it is a roguelite that is dressed up like a poker game, which is not necessarily a bad thing. I needed to realize that to change my focus. So, and relating it to Isaac, you know, that's something that I talk about a lot in this series, where I'm trying to help people learn how to just get better at the game. You know, I don't consider myself a teacher. I'm not like trying to educate people on being the best that you can be for the Isaac series or anything like that. But stuff that I learn, I want to share, because I mean it's just general knowledge and that sort of stuff. So I enjoy doing that. And I really enjoy people saying like, "Hey, you know what? I watch your videos every day. I've really been able to improve as an Isaac player the more that I watch your videos and stuff." So and that's cool. Like that's satisfying. But I needed to practice what I preach, basically, in that series, and one of those things is to like set goals. We want to set focuses. We want to say, hey, I need to get better at this. We need to get better at scoring more points. We need to get better at making consistent devil deals. We need to be better at finding secret rooms. That kind of stuff helps you gain skill, in my opinion, gain experience faster, because you're learning one thing at once instead of trying to sort of like spread the bandwidth around in hopes that you're going to learn something all at once. You know, I think it's better to have focused learning, I guess is the best way. That's how I operate anyway. If someone throws too much at me at once, my brain shuts down. I'm like, dude, I didn't even understand what game we're playing at this point. So it's been an interesting but fun way to do YouTube videos, because I'm also learning the game and I'm able to share my experiences with the Mosh Pit. And the fact that people have been totally digging it is really cool. And I thank you all for that. I don't like being crap at games. Like I only want to play games that I'm good at. And you know, Isaac aside, there really hasn't been too many other games that I've had problems with when I first started playing. FTL was definitely one of them. If we go for non-roguelites, I don't know what the last non-roguelite I played that was seemingly difficult. I mean, Helldivers is difficult, but that's just because like the game like is hard. It's fun, but it's hard. And people were asking me about that game. They're like, when did you record this? Because the servers are great. Yeah, no, when I talked about Helldivers, I hadn't played in a while, and the last time that I had played, the servers were not great. Yeah, we need a tiers upgrade. Absolutely. There's no shot that we don't take that. We need to go into the shop as well. I didn't realize we didn't go in there. But Helldivers is just difficult just because it's difficult. I'm trying to think of other non-roguelike games that I've played in recent memory that were legit like difficult. A waste of 15 cents. I thought about maybe buying Keeper Shop and then hitting it just to see like what it gave us, but nah, that's a waste of 15 cents. I'm not going to get rid of Sulfur for it, so we could go look for a sack room and stuff like that, but we've already found the curse room. We've already beaten the boss. I'd like to make boss rush, and we don't have enough HP to really make a sack room worthwhile. And Curse of the XL. So we are going to have to, I hate to do it because we really, really, really need stats, but we also really need HP. And because of the fact that we just got a Curse of the XL floor, we need to get some power spike in our damage in a hurry. And the way to do that is to get devil deals. Now, unfortunately, almost ran into that shot. Unfortunately, this comes at the cost of our boss items, which also are probably the other biggest source of a power spike in Isaac. But the trade-off here is that because it's an XL floor, and also because we obviously have car battery, that's going to give us a little bit more value for me to not ignore, rather than saying, you know what, I like Satanic Bible, but not in this spot because I don't want to give it the boss items. Because there's too much upside to the amount of HP we're talking about. We're talking about an astronomical amount of HP, and if we want to get this run to be better, or when we do find those times when we do see a curse room that we can afford to go into without caring about it. We got hit there by that? I don't know. Or like when we do see that sacrifice room that we can play, we know that we have enough HP to do so, and we have a renewable source. Now, that being said, I am not giving up sulfur for Satanic Bible. Permanently, anyway. This is a temporary drop, because I want and need to get more HP for not only these Devil Deal items that we're about to get from bosses, but also because obviously we just need to survive. You know, having a tears rate that's greater than our damage now, getting Ouija board with the spectral tears, it is nice. It is nice. Absolute must-have, but it's not going to keep us safe, like having high damage or high DPS or anything like that. So that is the logic behind temporarily taking Satanic Bible for now. But I am not leaving this floor with the Satanic Bible. Sulfur with a car battery is just absolutely too good. And most likely we will probably, if I find the bosses early, most likely I will go back and pick up Sulfur, pick up the Satanic Bible after getting another full charge on Sulfur, and then fighting the second boss. Almost tempted to Blackheart bomb this room, but I know we shouldn't. It flies directly in the face of what we were just talking about. So what are we hoping for here? What's the best item we can get from a Satanic Bible play on the boss drops? Regular Brimstone is up there for sure. The Pact is definitely up there. Abaddon is also one. I would say my top 3 picks right now, if we could put a wish list together, would be definitely Brimstone because we have Sulfur. And just because Brimstone would help us out tremendously right now. The Pact, because not only is it a damage upgrade, but also a Tears upgrade and 2 Soul Hearts. And then, honestly, Maw of the Void or Abaddon, I guess. Mom's Knife wouldn't be bad here, but it wouldn't be great either. The problem is that we don't have enough damage up front to make Mom's Knife really that shutdown specialist item that it is. And we are still looking for our first item room. So boss rush is very quickly not going to happen here, because if we had gotten off of this floor by now, then we'd be Gucci. But see, the problem is that like us getting an XL floor here is not great. And I know, inevitably, whenever I start talking about XL floors, people are like, just go alt path on floor 3. You can't get an XL floor. Yeah, I get that, but like, I'm still not going alt path. I would still rather deal with an XL floor than go alt path. Okay, so jumper cables is huge for us here. Half price tarot cloth. I'm not going to pass that up. So jumper cables is nice because it doesn't provide us with a whole lot of extra charge on our spacebar item, but it does give us a little bit of extra oomph. And we get a kid's drawing. I mean, if we get a Guppy item, definitely the chances of us getting Guppy are much higher with Satanic Bible right now because obviously we're making more Devil Deal items appear in the run. That's not to say that we're going to get Guppy items, but, you know, I wouldn't mind 9 lives, and I wouldn't mind having a Guppy's paw, or I don't really want Guppy's tail. Guppy's hairball is kind of whatever. And we're still looking for that item room here, and the shop, of course. Surely the game wouldn't just give us an XL floor and make us look all over the map for the item room and have them both adjacent to each other, right? Surely not. That never happens in this game. And sure, why not let's just make them all adjacent to each other, including the shop and the boss? They wouldn't do that, right? Not this game. Not Repentance. All right, so here's the south portion of the map, everybody, after we've seen the east and west side now. Now let's go on over to the other side. Oh, look, it's the boss. Eno Mosquito. I thought there was a rock here blocking this. That's the reason why I ran back there, which I shouldn't have done, but... I am not leaving with Satanic Bible. I am not. So we might as well just go back for the rest of the level and find this mystical, magical, legendary item rooms that we have been searching the entire planet for. A couple planets now. Yeah, this is what a run looks like when you have more tears than damage. I mean, we are like 6-shotting these hosts right now. That's how bad our damage is. My God, is that a bona fide, genuine item room I see? Serpent's Kiss is friggin-tastic. You can hit me all you want. I don't care. I will make contact damage. Okay. All right. So there you go. Let's go ahead and check out this other side of the map, shall we? How does he do it? Got to get that watch time up. Got to get that engagement up. I don't even care right now. So if we make contact damage, if we make contact and poison stuff with Serpent's Kiss, it's going to drop, potentially it will drop a Black Heart, which is the main component of Black Heart bombing. Now, all that being said, I'm not going to take Satanic Bible. Because now we have Serpent's Kiss. Although I will say having Book of Shadows for this play, especially with car battery, would be pretty dope. Serpent's Kiss plus the Book of Shadows potentially could give us way more HP. I mean way more HP than the Satanic Bible, and it also wouldn't cost us our it would not cost us our boss items. Okay, and there you go. Really good example of why we are not going to do that, I guess. Serpent's Kiss, everybody. It's supposed to have like a 33% chance to pay out or something like that. Something crazy. And that kind of right there summarizes why you don't want to use the Satanic Bible if you're on a very low stats run. So we are back to Sulfur, and we're just going to stay the course. Here's the hoping that we get a Devil Deal item that will benefit us immediately. And something that isn't Sister Maggie. And you want to always make sure you're fighting Gertie head on. Don't fight her diagonal. You will head on down. First, the maze. So having Succubus will at least give us some damage if we're sitting in her aura. You can see as this little dark patch on the screen, but she's not an end all be all here. But that last floor, that XL floor, was the perfect example of why I do not like the Satanic Bible anymore. Succubus is it's great, don't get me wrong, but you know what's even better than Succubus? Any stat up that the boss drops can give us right now. I mean anything. Even range right now and shot speed is fine. I'm not coming back to the side of the map, so I'm just gonna go do it, send it now. We're not in danger of dying right now, especially with a fully charged Sulfur. If we can continue to do that, it's definitely the play here. Now note, just because we poison something does not mean that it's going to give us a black soul heart. It's only going to work if we poison them with Serpent's Kiss poison. It's just coincidentally we're also poisoning them with the shots, which used to work, but Repentance made sure that that wasn't viable anymore. So while it may not seem like a good idea of running headfirst into enemies and just deliberately poisoning them with Serpent's Kiss, if it pays off well enough, and this is another part of the equation that we're not thinking about. If we get movement speed fast enough, we will be able to poison multiple things before the iframes wear off. So let's fight the boss now. We somehow managed to not find not only a single store, but a single item room. And look at this. We get ourselves a little gish. All right. So I think that this is definitely we are in mega struggle bus area right now, especially if we don't get a good Devil Deal here. Because remember, we already lost one going into the XL floor. And we essentially lost two at that point because we didn't get one after the boss either. Pretty much a nothing boss item, and then we get a Krampus fight, which makes 3 in a row that we have not gotten for Devil Deals. Yeah, so it is now a red alert, all hands on deck. We are in dangerous territory here. And the gambit of the Satanic Bible did not pay off. At least we got Lump of Coal, but it's not a stat up. So let us hope that we get something good out of the shop or item room. Otherwise, we are in for a world of pain. And what was supposed to be a shorter video may end up being a much longer video than I had hoped. Excuse me? And a greed fight. All right. All right. Keep the money and the key game. I don't even care. Ares gives us movement speed, something we desperately need. You gotta remember we have Luckfoot, so we don't have to worry about pills being bad. So Ares brings us up to a 1.51 movement speed, which is good. Oh yeah, we absolutely Blackheart bomb this. Although honestly, Black Bean is a huge counter synergy because it's just moving everything away from us. And it's preventing us from killing them before they die from the poison. So yeah. Black Bean is black banned here. What does the Tarot Cloth do to Devil Card again? Plus 4 damage. Okay, so it just doubles the damage. Okay. Here we go. Let us hope that the next floor won't have a greed fight and gives us a devil deal we can take. This is the first day of March. Happy March, everybody. Had a leap year this year. 29 days in February. We're already I can't believe we're already a quarter of the way into 2024. The heck, man. Like, it's already feeling like freaking summer outside right now, and I hate it. Yeah, sacrifice room, we have to. There's just no other option here. We have plenty of HP, thankfully. Black Bean, you're not helping things. Okay, Act of Contrition. It forgives our Devil Deal precedent if we had one. And also gives us a Tears Up, which is obviously way more important. Oh, okay. Also gave us an Eternal Heart, which we definitely need. We get our Soul Hearts back at least. So not too bad, because we did get a Tears Up, but it's giving us more stats than any boss has on this run, that's for sure. Bookworm Secrets does also give us practically full mapping, which is tempting for me to take because everyone knows how much I love mapping, but it's not, it doesn't replace sulfur. We're going to need sulfur. You know what? I want to play that game. Let's do it. So notice how Ares actually prevented us from taking a little bit of damage there. And that's always a mechanic of Ares that, like, I never really got yet. But this is legit, like, you know, pretty strong of a combo here. Ares and Serpent's Kiss. If you can move fast enough, the ramming speed of Ares is actually... it's interesting. That range up, again, more stats than we've ever gotten out of bosses in this run. We end up getting a treasure map, which is going to help us out. Mapping. How is that not? Oh, I was seeing little Gish's shots. Okay, I was like, why? It made it look like our shots weren't actually going over the rocks, even though we have spectral tears, that threw me off for a second. Bombs are keys, kind of whatever. See forever is kind of whatever. Yeah, so let's hope that we get something good here. We can and should go into the curse room. Really no excuse for not going in there. So if we're running at full speed here, it looks like we are definitely not taking damage when we run into things. That's interesting. How much damage does Ares do? Forgive the alt tab, but I'm very curious now because playing with Ares is something that I've never really never really considered. The 25 damage. Moving at the speed also prevents contact damage. When I deal contact damage, as you're moving fast enough, at least 0.85 speed. Wow. 25 damage. That's actually pretty interesting. So would that Would that prevent damage from the curse room? No. Yeah, definitely not. Okay. So that still remains, but that's very, very, very interesting. I never, ever, for many years, literal years, I've never considered Ares to be a thing. I've always just kind of considered a movement speed upgrade and just have always moved on. No pun intended. And after using a double devil card, our damage is only 6.73. That is pretty pathetic. I am going to use sulfur here. I was hoping that we wouldn't have to, but now there's no reason not to. Excuse me. All right. There's a Tend Rock in there. I don't know how I always manage to do that. I always see the Tinted Rock right as I'm leaving the floor. That doesn't... The west doesn't feel like a boss room as much as the east does. This map. Looking at the layout. Wow, that's actually really, really, really powerful. Being able to proc Ares while also using the poison from Serpent's Kiss. I'm gonna be honest, y'all. I'm kind of digging it. Kind of really digging it. Yeah, exactly how I thought it was. We are dealing more damage this way than we are shooting at stuff. I think Ares actually prevented us from getting hit by those spikes there. And another failed devil deal. Wow. You know what, game? I don't even want to. You can keep the child's drawing. I don't even care anymore. We don't need a devil deal. So it's very clear where we need to go on this floor. I mean, if I could do that in every single room, Blackheart bomb, but get the HP back, I'm gonna do it. Ranked card here. It's good for a devil deal. LOL. Wow. Yeah, that is really, really, really strong. I'm impressed. I learned something new about Isaac today. I learned that Ares plus Serpent's Kiss equals incredible. This reminds me of the old Blackheart bombing days with Serpent's Kiss, where we could walk into a room, poison everything, get Maw the Void rolling, and then just leave with more HP than what we cost and what we had been charged to destroy the entire planet, basically, in there. I mean, this is great. I apologize profusely, Ares. I had no idea that such power existed. Even though we have a song from the Word of Lauder named The Call of Ares, I had no clue that the item with the same namesake in Isaac was so powerful. Not even shoot. There's literally no reason for us to shoot. It's a waste of time for us to shoot. Yeah, I'm loving this. Inevitably, there's going to be one person who, in the comments who's going to be like, I've been telling you for years that you should have been using Ares. It's not like I ever thought the Ares was bad. I just never understood how the mechanics worked. I never bothered to learn, which is all my fault, by the way. Keep it. We don't need you. You can keep your immaculate conceptions. Even though we're making lots of soul hearts, I don't care. This is all I need right here to make my Friday. Okay. Again, very clear indicator of where we need to go on this level. And I don't care if we take damage from Globins, we can just get it right back. Okay, so if anything impedes your momentum below the 0.85 threshold, that will immediately cancel out the benefits of Ares. Got it. Well, I mean, it's not that I didn't realize that, but I mean, if it's anything, there's no like ramp down momentum of the item. Like it's like if you get hit and stopped, you'll get rung up. This is a room where we actually don't even have to be in here. So I'm just not going to. Empress, we can use this against Isaac. The combo with Sulfur. We should really be trying to use Succubus, the Succubus Ore, as much as possible to stand in before we fire with Brimstone. Just because the way that the multi-hit works with Brimstone, even after the nerf, it's still worth it. Man, oh man, I'm liking this playstyle. Ares Serpent's Kiss. I'm down for it. Oh man, yeah, we don't want anything that gives the speed down, but Contagion is going to do work. Blue Baby is obviously to the northeast. There's no way he'd be in a skinny room, so turning is also kind of a big problem. I mean, we're doing this without me touching anything. My right hand is off the keyboard right now. I'm sitting back in awe and watching this. I mean, we are literally throwing our weight around and bullying the bosses with Ares and nothing else. Even if we didn't have Serpent's Kiss. Serpent's Kiss is just the icing on the sundae here. Even if we didn't have Serpent's Kiss, we'd still be doing this. Like I said, I'm thoroughly impressed. I really am. This is legit one of the most fun ways that I've seen to use an item that like has always existed, but I never realized just how pog it was. And we can even get down to a polar invincibility state here, which would mean that we get even more applications of Serpent's Kiss. Like, we don't even need the strength card. Like, I'm going to use it on Demon Judgment. Yeah, I don't care anymore, Judgment. Soiled it. Well, I was trying to get down to polar invincibility. I guess I shouldn't have picked up that heart. And now, in a weirdly ironic way, Black Bean becomes relevant again. When Blue Baby summons his flies, we could probably, well, unless we get hit by that, we instantly nuke all of them. I was going to try to do something clever and try to poison them before they spawned, but Blue Baby had other ideas. Okay, let's stop taking damage here. We got this in the bag. Wow, yeah, I gotta say that is a completely different way to approach Ares, and I honestly I'm down for it. That was a lot of fun, legit fun. So annoying in the start, didn't get any help from stats. We ended up getting Ares, and look what we discovered: a very powerful, very sustainable combo, which with between two semi-frequent items. Aries is way more common than Serpent's Kiss, but if you get this combo or if you just want to try out the seed for yourself, definitely do it. Remember, I'm going to be revealing the next Like Street goal on Sunday, so don't miss out on that. Thank you for watching, everyone. Your question of the episode is what is your thoughts on Aries and that combo? Interesting stuff, fun stuff. If you enjoyed this video and had fun, click the like button. Try to get these videos over 3,000 likes so we can get a jump start on the new Like Street goal. I promise you, you all are going to enjoy it. Have a great weekend, everybody. And thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. And I will see you all next time. Thanks for watching this video. Like thanks to patrons of mine like James Moeller, Barman 1988, Derplop, and Katie Bobady. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find at patreon.com/Sinvicta.